Yes guys, my name is Adam and I am a LaVivid hair system wearer. The system I'm wearing right now is LaVivid and I've been wearing systems for about 4 or 5 years now. This video is basically designed for people who don't have a system yet but who are thinking about getting one but feel overwhelmed by the number of options they see on various websites and they don't really know where to start. They're worried that they might make the wrong decision, order the wrong product, and it might not be suitable for them. So in this video I'm going to give you a couple of tips to basically help guide you in making those correct decisions and also feeling more confident about ordering a hair system. First up, I'd like to encourage you to go onto LaVivid's website and check out the recommended stylists page. On this page you will be able to find a stylist that lives near to you or works near to you, because that is a great place to start. It's how I started because I didn't know what to do. I visited my nearest stylist and luckily she offered a free consultation. Quite a lot of these stylists do, so it's worth checking out, where I asked a multitude of questions which really helped put my mind at ease and made me much more confident about wearing a system. And she was able to basically guide me in terms of what the best base might be for me starting out. So you want to be sure that you're getting a system which is fairly robust but also is quite comfortable, is fairly invisible, and is fairly easy to clean. My local stylist recommended what base might be most suitable for me, and it was actually a French lace with a poly perimeter. And that's not just a horseshoe perimeter, it's a perimeter around the whole base of the system. You need to be considering something that is fairly robust, that won't break or tear easily, and something which is fairly forgiving when you're cleaning the system, otherwise known as maintenance. And I think the poly perimeter was fantastic because it was robust, it wasn't likely to tear, and it was pretty forgiving. The maintenance itself, when you're cleaning the adhesive off, so that's the glue or the tape, it comes off much easier a poly than it does a lace. A lace can be a bit of a nightmare to clean. It can take much longer than a poly, and that's why it tends to be better for more experienced users. Now, a lace in the middle of a system is fine. It gives a natural appearance. It looks as if hair is actually growing out of your scalp, and that's great. But the poly around the sides, it can also give a fairly natural appearance, but it is much easier to clean. So it's really worth considering that. And when you first start out, it will take a lot longer to clean a system than it would for someone who's been wearing 1, 2, or even like me, 3, 4, or 5 years. This does take practice, so you're going to need a fairly robust system, and that's why I recommend something that does have a medium density poly around the outside. And if you want a poly in the middle as well, that's fine, but you can also have a French lace because tape or adhesive doesn't tend to go there, so you don't need to worry about cleaning adhesive off the lace. And it ensured me that I was going to be ordering the right system for me. So first up, a lot of these stylists will be able to measure the bald part on the top of your head, and they'll be able to do a template for you, which will basically be able to give the hair system companies all of the information they need in terms of knowing how big your balding area is, where it is. They'll also be able to give you advice on what density might be suitable for you. This is usually based off of your age, so you want it to be age appropriate. Also, a stylist might be able to take a cut of your bio hair, which you can send to companies like LaVivid, and they will be able to ensure that they get the closest hair colour match between your bio hair and the hair system hair which you'll be receiving. So what I would recommend if you are starting out is beginning with a custom hair system instead of a stock hair system. Stock hair systems are fantastic, and this is a stock hair system, but I think it's more suitable for once you've been wearing for a longer period of time. A custom is great to begin with because you can be really specific as to what the needs are that you have with your particular system. So you can choose the density, you can choose the specific hair colour, you can choose bleach knots, which is where the knots at the base of the system are bleached to make it look as if it's genuinely coming out of your skin. You can have a graduated hairline. Those are a bit more natural, where the hairline at the front is more graduated and then it gets denser towards the back. You can choose things like whether you have V-loops or whether you have knots at the base of the system, which tend to shed less often. So the system can last longer, but it might not quite be as realistic as V-looped hair systems. So it gives you that multitude of options and you can really tailor it to your specific needs. And when I got my first custom system, it gave me that extra element of confidence that this was the system that met my exact needs. And once I knew what my needs were, then I could start ordering stocks in the future. So it's a really, really good starting point.